Hey YouTube, and welcome to my Guitar 101 course. Today we're just going to be looking at the outline of the course, what sort of topics and the basics about each lesson. So first thing to know about me is just in general, why am I doing this and all of that. You can see I've got an introduction to the channel video, but specifically why am I adding yet another Guitar 101 course, and that is because every guitarist is unique. I'm unique and you're unique. And what you will do as you develop is become your own person, become your own guitarist. And so as a result, every teacher is going to be different in the ways that they approach it, the choices that they make, and so forth. And so I'm just trying to add to the chorus of voices out there, and hopefully you can get something out of this course. So again, this is a course developed specifically for people just picking up the guitar, or maybe you played it back in the day and it's in your closet and you're like, maybe I should pull that old dusty thing out. Well, this is the course for you. So first thing we're going to do is just an orientation to the guitar itself. And just as a reminder, just don't worry about, where you come into the course. That's part of the point of this, is you can see the outline of the course and you can say, well, I know those things, but I'm curious about that. So just jump in anywhere you need, and links will be provided in the description. So the first one here is orientation. This is just looking at the construction of the guitar, the parts of it, and getting into the nomenclature. That is the terminology associated with the guitar. So if you're talking to somebody and they reference your saddles, you're not looking around like, I don't have a horse. Right? No, you understand what the saddle is, you understand what the bridge is, the pickup, and so forth. So we're going to look at the terminology and basic construction of a guitar, specifically looking at electric guitars. So then number two is how to hold the guitar. What are the different ways that people hold it? And again, as a teacher, as a guitarist, why do I choose to hold it the way that I do? Because there are different theories, there are different camps on this, and I will help you explore why I hold the guitar this way and why I believe you should do as well. Number three is how to tune. How to get a good sustainable tuning on your guitar, how to navigate the tunings, and then just understand, why do we start with the standard tuning and how does it compare? What do we mean by alternate tunings? Number four is to navigate the fretboard. What am I looking at when I'm looking at the neck of the guitar and I see all these pieces of metal and these dots? What am I looking at? And so to decipher that, to begin to learn the vocabulary of music as it applies to the guitar. Number 5 and 6 are on how to make notes, and that is, 5 is about pick holding. What kind of picks are there? What are the different schools of thought on holding the picks and using them, attacking with them? Attacking here is not referring to like invading a foreign nation. Attacking is striking a string to make a note. That's what we mean here. So number 6 is on finger style. And we're not going to get at this level into the hybrid styles, but basically they are a blend of the two. But the two basic ways to make sound on a guitar is either using a pick or using your fingers. So then number 7 is how to achieve a clear single note, how to make a nice sounding note on the guitar, how to press, how to just get a good sound out of the guitar. And I know that might seem, pedantic or elementary, but the reality is, unless you can make a good single note, you're not going to make a good chord, you're not going to make a good progression, you're not going to get better until you can get a good, clear tone out of your guitar. Then you can move forward. So moving forward from single notes, we're going to look at chords. 8 is about understanding chords. What are they and why are they so fundamental to playing of guitar? And then 9 is actually looking at how to play these chords, how to achieve a good sound when playing a chord, and just in these lessons beginning to decode and understand what all these letters and numbers mean when we're talking about chords. So then moving forward to number 10 is hand positions, how to understand a navigation of the fretboard in terms of where your hand is and the relationship of these positions, and just begin to talk about how do you move from thinking I'm in position 1, position 2, to the kind of fluidity that you see with professional players, with advanced players that are just not thinking about where their hand is, they're just sliding around, they're hitting notes. How do you get there? Right? So then 11 is about the controversial issue of scales. And this is something to know about my channel, about my videos, about my teaching. I'm not a controversial guy. everybody has their own theory, and that is part of the beauty of music, is the plurality of it. Everybody's different. You're a different person, I'm a different person, but we're all doing the same thing in a sense too. So there is a unity in that diversity. I'm not about, oh, you shouldn't play scales, or oh, you have to play. But what are we talking about when we mean scales, and how can they improve your playing? Now, the number 12 is going to look at a specific kind of scale, a specific kind of music knowledge, and that is the pentatonic. This might seem a little early to get into, but for guitars, understanding pentatonics is really essential because it is so fundamental to so much music. So we're going to look at what is a pentatonic and how does it get incorporated, and why is it a good launching pad for learning guitar. Then 13 and 14 are devoted to the issue of practicing. And that is practicing in an active sense. That is when you sit down and you say, this is practice time. I'm going to learn this song, or I'm going to learn this chord progression, or I'm going to learn. When you're actively focusing your entire attention on the guitar versus passive, which is also important. And that is, first of all, listening to music, but then all the passive ways that we can pick up a guitar and play with it while we're doing something else, and it helps our muscle memory, it helps the naturalness of playing guitar come through. So we're going to look at both aspects and why they're both important. We're going to resolve the course with number 15, and that is looking at bars. And why is bar such an important concept for playing guitar? Why should you begin to develop your bar skills, and how to incorporate it into your playing? So that's the course. Again, this is all just because of my love of music, and I've, as a musician, gained a huge amount from all of my YouTube videos. I've watched all the, or not all, but I've watched many videos on Ultimate Guitar. They have an academy in there, so these sorts of training videos are great, and it is a way for you to be able to develop as a guitarist without having to shell out all the extra money of actually tracking someone like me down and sitting down for a session. Not that that's bad, and that's awesome, and you know, if you can find a teacher, that's wonderful. But this is a great way to, and you can rewatch it. Even if you know you were my student, I would direct you to these videos because you can rewatch them. If you're like, what did he say about that? Well, look it up on the video. So I hope you enjoy this course. As always, if you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff. I'm always looking for feedback. So I hope you enjoy the course, and you'll have a blessed day.